Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. All praises to Allah. We send peace and salutations upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Welcome back. It is time for the morning message, and the morning message for today, as usual, every Thursday with Fadilat Sheikh Munier Abdoroaf and laws of inheritance. Fadilat Sheikh, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and welcome to Deen Dawn.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sheikh Samih, and shukran for having me this morning.
Barakallah feekum, jazakumullah khairan, Fadilat Sheikh. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and increase you in knowledge and wisdom. Allahumma ameen. Fadilat Sheikh, you may begin, inshallah, your message for today.
Jazakallah, Sheikh Samih. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Sayyidina wa habibina wa maulana Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd. Respected Sheikh Shamih and the viewers out there, I greet you in universal greetings of love, mercy and peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaykum assalam.
And inshallah, we're still looking at the laws of succession, the laws of inheritance. And today we'll be looking at a specific aspect when a person passes away. As we know, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in a hadith, we should learn the laws of inheritance and we should teach it to the people, because it is a science that will be forgotten. And we'll find that two people coming together, they then discussing the issue of inheritance and do not come to a correct answer. But today, inshallah, we're looking at the estate of a person who passes away. But even prior to looking at who gets what of the estate, in terms of the various ayat in the Quran, in the explanations by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in various ahadith, the Quran says that the inheritance is only dished out and only given out and distributed after all liabilities have been deducted. من بعد وصية يوصى بها أو دين. And also after liabilities, there's also a wasiyah that must then also be deducted from the estate before the actual inheritance is then distributed to the sons, the daughters, the parents, as well as the spouses. Now, when a person passes away, there was a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he entered a mosque, and the first thing he asked was, أَعْلَيْهِ الدَّيْنِ? Does this person have any debt? Does he have any debt? Does he owe anyone anything? Now, when a person looks at debt, we look at it in two ways, especially in terms of Shafi'i madhab. We're looking at huququllah and huququl ibad, the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the rights of ibad. As we are sitting here today or this morning, we might be indebted to someone, or we might be indebted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for something. Have we ensured that these liabilities will be settled once we have passed away? Have we ensured that everything that is needed to be done has been done? If I were to go to work this morning and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered that Malakul Maut should extract my ruh, or if I were to die in a car accident, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us, but whatever the instance might be, we do not know when we are going to die, but we do know that we are going to die. Now, in this example of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he entered the mosque, he said, "A'alayhi dayn." Does this person have any debt? And the answer was in the affirmative, was yes. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam then said, "Sallu ala sahibikum." You make salah on this person, on your companion. Now, this basically illustrates the ruling of a janazah salah. It is what we refer to as fardun kifaya. It is a communal obligation, which means that if someone performs the salah, then that responsibility, that obligation, falls off the shoulders of the rest of the Muslim ummah. But if, however, no one performs the salah, and then every one of us will be held accountable on the day of Qiyamah. And that also includes the burial of the person. The Prophet ﷺ at that point of the Sharia was making a statement that we should try as far as possible to stay away from debt. In this instance, the Sahaba made salah on the deceased. Another occasion it came when the Prophet ﷺ did the same, and he said, "Alayhi dayn, does this janazah have any debt?" And when the answer was in the affirmative, he then turned around and said, "I'm about to leave." The one Sahabi said, "I'll pay the debt, Ya Rasulullah." The Prophet ﷺ then asked, "Is it now a debt that he owes you, or is it just written off?" He said, "No, it will be written off." The Prophet ﷺ then said, "All right, in that case, I will make salah on the person." A few waqtus has passed, and in each of these waqtus, the Prophet ﷺ asked the Sahabi, "Did you settle the debt?" And only after 3 salahs of the maktubat, of the five fard salahs, he then said yes. The Prophet ﷺ then said that the punishment has been lightened. So this issue concerning debt, being a debt owed to man, حقوق العباد, or be it حقوق Allah, the right owed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, be it zakah and hajj, those liabilities are deducted from the estate, especially in the Shafi'i madhab, as I've stated, as a first claim against the estate. Now, you always hear the hadith in so many places, especially on the radio station, that we should not let 2 nights pass except that we have a wasiyah, and that wasiyah is then put under the pillow. Now, that context of that hadith is not specifically to the wasiyah, but we refer to the 1/3 that we give to an Islamic institution or any person that does not inherit as automatically as a compulsory beneficiary in terms of the various ayat in the Quran. The ulama state that that hadith refers to that in the instance where you have liabilities against your estate, you have creditors that must be paid, but it is not a document that is in place that would secure that specific creditor. Like you have made a loan by a person for 100,000 rand or whatever it might be, and you have not had witnesses and documents and signatures and so forth. Now, if you were to pass away this evening and you have not put that in place, it would then mean that that person's right will not be given to him, especially if he comes to the executor of your estate and now wanting to claim that right. And that is now where you will be held accountable on the day of Qiyamah, because that 100,000 rand in your estate will now be given to your heirs, to your sons, your daughters, and so forth. And when the creditor does come to your family, it might just be that it's said to him or her that you are lying and so forth. Now, in order to avoid that, you will write a document stating that I owe with the Ahmad, with the Amin, with the whatever, this amount of money. Yes, as I've stated, inshallah, that when a person passes away, then we would want that all our creditors must be sorted out. We don't want to have these problems hanging on the day of Qiyamah where these persons are claiming of our good deeds. And the Prophet ﷺ had made it so clear that he refused to make the salah on the person, and then the Sahaba made it on him. Now, I conclude with this, that if we are in a situation where we have not put our affairs in order, let's do it now. Draft an Islamic will. And in terms of the will, ensure that there is a clause in the will stating that I instruct my executor of my estate to ensure that all my liabilities, be it religious liabilities, huququllah, or my normal liabilities owed to my creditors, huququl ibad, that is settled as a first claim against my estate prior to anything basically being given to anyone. Obviously, after my janazah expenses has been dealt with as well. And through that, at least when you pass away, you can be assured that when you pass away, there's at least one less thing that you have to worry about when you are in that qabr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us true understanding. And on that note, inshallah, I conclude today's session and I hand back to Sheikh Samih. Jazakallah khair.
جزاكم الله خيرا فضيلة الشيخ، نفعنا الله بعلمك. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala benefit us from this knowledge, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase you in ilm, in knowledge, in wisdom. Allahumma ameen. Shakar Allahu lakum. Jazakumullah khairan. Allah yataqabbal. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. All right, this was Fadrat Sheikh Munier Abdoroaf. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless Fadrat Sheikh and to accept from him. And inshallah, we're going to be having this session every week as usual. Inshallah, we'll listen and learn about inheritance, learn about what we're supposed to be doing, inshallah, in preparation for that time when we meet Allah Azza wa Jal. We're going to be taking a short break. We'll come back after the break. Stay with us.